Alrighty, all. I'm going to go through everything to do with YS. Um, I've been involved for almost 2 months now, so I've learned a fair bit more. So I wanted to update this little video to make it, more inclusive. But I'm just going to go through essentially all the ways you can make money from it. But along the way, I'm going to explain um, a few features that make YS quite unique in the online world and why that's so. And there are quite a few. So if I go backwards and forwards a bit, just forgive me for that. But first and foremost, every single person in Australia and New Zealand, that's one point you've got to remember, it's only for Australia and New Zealand at this time, um, can get a free 3-day trial and they will earn 45 USDT. That's almost 70 Australian dollars during that free trial. And then if they decide that YS isn't something they want to be involved in, they still get to keep that 45 USDT. Okay, so that straight up is unique in the online world. There's nothing else that gives you that much money in 3 days, no strings attached. It just doesn't happen. Alrighty, so that's unique, but that's also good because I just turned my computer on, it's still booting up. That's also good because everybody's very first experience with YS will be getting 45 USDT in those first 3 days with no pressure, no strings attached. All right. So that's just, getting that good first impression. They say first impressions count. Exactly. That's the first impression with YS. All right. So there are a lot of specific ways you can earn money. And there are also a whole heap of other little extras that just pop up from time to time. But I'll go through some of them. But the main ones are once you do your 45 your 3-day trial and you get your 45 USDT, then if you decide you want to keep earning, you buy in at certain levels between YS1 and YS10. That's the cheapest, that's the most expensive, and you're going to get a daily passive reward 5 days a week based off that. All right, so that's the main passive earning. Okay, once you do join, you can then refer people to the 3-day trial. And if you refer someone to the 3-day trial, they will get 45 USDT, no strings attached, and you're going to get a 5 USDT referral reward. Okay, so you're getting paid to give people 45 USDT for free. Okay, that's also another extremely unique feature that you're getting paid to refer people to the free trial. Okay, and then if they do decide to join up, you're going to you get more referral rewards, larger rewards when they buy in at one of these 10 different levels. All right, just because I've got it written here, these are the old slides. I'm just going to add more words to them. But as soon as you join, there's a survey on the front page. It takes you 20 seconds to complete. If you do that, you're going to get paid 3 USDT. Not a lot of money, but that's, you've already got 45 USDT for free. And as soon as you jump in there, you can do the survey, make another 3 USDT. They have training provided. It's that this actual training is just not comprehensive, but it teaches you all about YS, the company, what they do, and how you can earn from it. And if you do that training, you get a 20 USDT reward, right? So they're paying you to do that training. Again, that's also unique. And they don't actually pay you 20 USDT cash. They pay you 20 USDT worth of fruit. So that's their fruit basket reimbursement. It's fruit's good. Most of us eat fruit at some stage, so it's essentially 20 USDT anyway. And just on that fruit basket reimbursement um, conversation there, I had a friend of mine, and she was quite sick. Okay, and she'd only just joined. She hadn't put a lot of money into it. She hadn't really referred anybody. She might not have referred anybody at that stage. I forget. But the point is, she was brand new to the company, and she'd done the training and she'd got her fruit basket. But then they sent her another 20 USDT for fruit, just because fruit's good for you, and she was sick, and that would help her get better. Okay, so and now I'm touching on probably my favorite part of YS is that they do all of these different things, and I'm going to cover a whole heap more. Like the free trial, the fruit basket. You can get the fruit basket in your first couple of days being with YS. You can do the survey, you can make money. Now I'm going to go through some much more significant rewards that are specifically directed to new people that are joining. Okay. Now, most companies, online companies, opportunities, they have different rewards that you earn. But most of those, at least the exciting ones, are not for you straight away. You've got to build a team and a network and do a fair bit of work, and then you start getting these bonuses and rewards. The problem is, by the time you're getting these bonuses and rewards, you're already making a whole heap of money and you don't really need the extra. So with YS, they've got all of these, and I'll get into them in more detail on the next slide, but all of these unique and exciting and awesome rewards for people that have just started before they've done very much at all. And that's when people need the extra. When they're starting, they don't necessarily need it later on. They need it straight away. So they're getting looked after and treated well straight away. So first impressions count. And then they're getting this extra when they need it, and then they can put that into growing and then making more and more and more. And it just makes getting ahead so much easier. All right, so the free trial, it's at YS3 level, and it's for 3 days, and you make 15 USDT each day. Okay, and not only do you get to keep that if you don't continue, they actually push you really hard to withdraw that money. I mean, you can leave it in there and then add a bit to it to buy in at one of the levels, but they push you to withdraw it so that you have got it and you've got it for free and no strings attached, and then you can decide to buy in if you like to. So, and then once you do buy in, they do push you to go to a higher level, to buy up, to upgrade to a higher level, but they push you to do that with profits that you've made from the company. There's no push to add extra money. Okay, so that's pretty unique. All right, so YS1 and YS2, they're the two cheapest entry levels. That it is better to come in at, I would say at least YS3, so it'll cost you 540 USDT. YS2 is fine. YS1's really only if you have, you just really don't have the money for anything else. I mean, there are a lot of higher levels as well. So really, it's just going to depend on your financial status and how much you're willing to commit to it and everything. But I just wanted to go through. I really don't recommend the YS1 level because you're only going to be earning 2.2 USDT per day, which just isn't enough to get you excited. And I want everybody to get excited so that they work this business properly and make the most from it. But if that's all you can afford, then that's an option there. But I do, as I said, I do recommend higher. As far as moving up through the ranks and starting to earn the bigger money, you do need to be at least YS3. but you can upgrade later if you like. But I do want to touch on this point, even though I don't recommend YS1 as a starting point. I do want to go through a scenario with you if you do start at YS1, because you can get into clear profit within 3 to 4 days without telling a single person about this company if you start at YS1. All right, so it's going to cost you 80 USDT. You've already made 45 USDT from the free trial, and then you can do the survey and you can get that 3 USDT, and then you can do the training and get the 20 USDT fruit reimbursement, and then with 3 or 4 days of this daily return, that's going to get you up to 80 USDT in total. So within 3 or 4 days, even if you don't tell a single soul about the company, you can be in clear profit. Okay, that doesn't happen anywhere else. And just here, I've put in here, to start at one of these 3 levels and then upgrade once you've earned enough profit to do so. That's probably how most people, or the majority of people that have jumped on board with me, they've started at YS3 level. But if you're somebody that can't afford it, don't be scared. 80 is going to give you almost all of the benefits of being in the company. And I'm going to go through some that are pretty incredible. But if you're someone with more money, the next level up costs 1,200 USDT. And then they go up quite a bit more. But, if you can afford to come in higher, do so. Because coming in at the highest level you're comfortable with is going to be the quickest way for you to get into clear profit. I mean, quicker than, if you start at YS1 and you make some money and then you upgrade to YS2 and you make some money and you upgrade to YS3, by the time you get into clear profit, it's going to take a lot longer than if you just buy in at the highest level you're comfortable with straight away. And anyway, whichever level you buy in at, you're going to earn that reward. So at YS3 level, you're going to earn 15 USDT every day, 5 days a week, for 365 working days. So not for a full year, it's 365 working days, so 5 days a week. So it's more than a year. All right. Here's another unique part to the company too. This video is going to be longer than I wanted it to be because I'm going to keep finding unique things about this company to talk about. So when you refer somebody to the free trial, you get 5 USDT. I told you that. But if you refer 3 people in the one day, you're going to get the 5 USDT times the 3 people, plus a bonus of 20 USDT. So you'll end up with 35 USDT. And then if you refer another 2, taking you up to 5 for the day, you get that 5 each, plus that 20 bonus you got, plus another 40. And if you can manage to do 10 in one day, so it definitely pays to get all your friends together and make them jump on board at the same day, you'll get 5 each, say 50, plus that 20 bonus, plus the 40 bonus, and plus another 80. So you could, as I said, I don't recommend the YS1 level for 80 USDT, but let's say you did, because as I said, you get almost all the benefits of being in the company by being at the 80 USDT level. And you could join for 80 USDT, keeping in mind you've already made 45, so you've only 35 USDT out of pocket. Then you can get all your friends together to join and do the free trial. All right. And they're all going to get 45 USDT each. And you're going to end up with 190 USDT straight up, just like that. All right. And that's why is that exciting? Because that's a huge amount of money. You're only out 35 USDT out of pocket to get involved. And then you refer all your people, get them organized so they all jump in on the same day. And you're not asking them to to give any money or do anything long term, just to join up for that 3 day free trial, get 45 USDT themselves, and you make 190 USDT by referring all of those people to the free trial. And when 190 USDT, when you've only put 35 in yourself, is pretty significant. I talked about the survey, but you can get other people to fill out the survey, and you'll get paid 3 USDT per person as well. All right, here's another big one. Even if you've only just joined, all right, and that could mean you're only 35 USDT out of pocket. You have the ability to take a group of friends out to lunch or dinner and have YS reimburse you for it. I've done that. Most of my team's done that already. Okay, I took 6 people out to lunch for my birthday, and it's up to 30 USDT per person. You can more, but you need some more prior approval. But I took 6 of us went out to lunch. I think I didn't spend quite 30 USDT each, so I got like 150 dollars reimbursed, 150 USDT reimbursed, and YS also paid for a birthday cake for me. All right. So I mean that's pretty incredible. Like, not everyone's going to get a birthday cake because it's probably not your birthday, but you could join up, which, as I said, even though I don't recommend it, could be as small as 35 USDT out of pocket. And then the next day or a couple of days later, you could take half a dozen or more friends out to dinner and have that cost covered by YS, which is obviously going to far exceed the 35 USDT you might have put in. You know, that's actually crazy. What that tells me tells me 2 things, I guess. One, they really believe in what they're doing. And 2, they must have a huge marketing budget for their Australia-New Zealand campaign, because everybody's getting the fruit basket. Everybody, I think everybody's got a set of coffee mugs, set of 2 YS coffee mugs. Most people have taken a group of people out to lunch or dinner and been reimbursed. That's pretty much anybody. People that have done nothing yet, that they're getting all of that. Moving on, once you start to perform and you start to show initiative and you start to build a team, they'll start throwing around a heap of other gifts. You know, cash gifts. A fair few of us have got ourselves a coffee maker. I'm getting one of their bikes sent up to me. You know, and it goes on and on and on. But anyway, this is going to be an example for if somebody, after they've done the free trial, then decides to buy in, and let's say they buy in at YS3 level, and that's going to cost them 540 USDT. I'll get a 10% commission. I'll get 54 USDT straight up. But the second person I refer, instead of getting 54 USDT, I'll get 60. And the third one, I'll get 70. The fourth one, I'll get 80. But I've referred 4 people that have joined at YS3 level, and I've got 80 USDT off the fourth one. The fifth one's 100, and the sixth ones and 7th and 8th and so on all stay at 130. And so that takes it up to, about 25% commission off these people once you get up to your 6th one and everything. Although at the moment, I've sort of dialed back the amount of people I'm referring, and I'm sort of helping my team grow, because there's some huge bonuses for me from helping my team grow, or helping my team refer people and build a team themselves. You can get paid referral commissions on your second level. So anyone you refer yourself is your first level. Anyone they refer is your second level. Only for YS3 and above, though. The lower levels don't count for it. But it's, the YS3 and 4, you get a 3% commission on, and then the bigger buy-in levels, you get 4, 5, and 6%. And when I was talking about how I've dialed back the number of people I'm referring myself, that is because I'm working now on helping my team, which is what I need to do in order for me to go up through these ranks. Now, beginner agent, they actually call it junior agent. You only need to refer 3 people. Okay, they do need to buy in at least YS2 level. So YS1, the 80 USDT levels, they don't count as far as the agent ranking system goes. So if someone buys in at YS1 for 80 USDT, they won't count for this. But then if later on they upgrade to YS2 or higher, then they will count. And once you do reach the beginner or junior agent, you're going to get a 30 USDT reward, just straight up. And then you get put on a salary. Admittedly, it's only 10 USDT every 10 days, but that's a salary. That's getting paid to you day in, every 10 days. For, I don't know, forever. But the point is, you're getting 10, you're on an actual salary now. That's over and above all the other daily rewards and commissions and referrals that you're getting. This is just simply for reaching beginner agent. So even if you don't refer anyone else, you're still going to keep getting that 10 USDT every 10 days because you reach beginner agent. As of right now, I'm a level 1 agent, which means I've referred 5 people. And so I got a 50 USDT one-off commission when I reached it, and now I'm getting 20 USDT every 10 days. Today was actually, it gets paid on the 1st, 11th, and 21st of each month. So today is the 21st of December. So I've currently been involved for 7 weeks, so not quite 2 months yet. But yeah, so I got the 50 USDT, and now I'm getting 20 USDT every 10 days. And as I said, today was one of those 10 days. So I got that today. And now for me to get up to level 2 agent, I need 2 of my direct referrals to make it up to level 1 agent. All right. So that's why I've dialed back referring myself, and I'm helping my team because for me to progress up through these ranks, I need my referrals to start progressing up through the ranks as well. And then for me to get to level 3 agent, I need 2 of my people to get to level 2 agent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But everything we've talked about previously, your daily rewards, your commission from referring people to the free trial, and all of these huge commissions, which start at 10% and get all the way up to about 25% commission for bringing people in at the YS3 level. All of those are quite good and exciting because they allow brand new people to earn something quite significant, plus all those little gifts that you get. So you feel good, you earn money right at the start. That's what's so great about this. But this will eventually become the bigger money, but not until you've put in a bit of work. All right. So if you get yourself up to level 6 agent, for example, you're going to get a one-off commission of 1,600 USDT. And then you're going to be on a salary of 800 USDT every 10 days. So that's well over 3,500 Aussie dollars per month. So that coupled with your daily rewards and other commissions you got coming in is well and truly a full-time income. Anyway, that's pretty much all the slides I've got there. But when there's probably more I wanted to talk about, but one other thing I want to go through, which really sets YS apart, is that when you join, like our whole group's got a YS manager. His name's Leo, and he helps us. That's his job, is to help us. So in a normal online opportunity, when you refer people, then you've got to teach those people. If it's something now, this isn't really a crypto opportunity, although we're getting paid in USDT, which is a crypto, just because it's simpler. When we bring people into an opportunity that's a crypto opportunity or that's dealing in crypto like this one is, if that person doesn't know anything about crypto, there's a whole little learning curve that they've got to go through. They've got to learn how to get themselves a crypto wallet, how to buy crypto, how to transfer crypto. I mean, it's not hard, but if you've never done it, that's a little bit of a hurdle. And if you've got to teach every person you bring in how to do that, it can add up to a bit of a workload. But with YS, we have our manager, Leo. He will teach people that. He will walk them through that steps. He will direct them to where to do the training on the company, what they need to do to earn money. And he'll take them through everything they need to do to make the most from YS. As they start to build a team, he'll teach them how to, get the most out of their team. He jumps in our chat group and he helps everybody out. Just the other day, for no reason, he ran a raffle. Well, I guess the reason was it's like a Christmas raffle. But he ran a raffle in our group. Our group only had 68 people in it or something. Cost us nothing to join the raffle. And there were 3 major prizes. There was an air purifier, a deep fryer, and a big muffin toaster thing. Those were the 3 major prizes. One of my referrals got the 3rd prize. The other 2 went to referrals of my upline. And everybody that missed out on those 3 major prizes all got a 10 USDT bonus. Okay, which isn't bad considering you had to do nothing. So that was just another completely free extra. All right. Now, it's just coming on to Christmas time, and YS have decided to fund us to give gifts to all of our friends and family. So we can make up a little bag with whatever we want in it. Just a little Christmas gift bag, just up to $10 worth per person. But Leo said to me, he said, okay, like if you make up 45 of these little bags, say 450 Aussie dollars, and give them out to your friends and family, and I don't think I've got that many people to give it out to, but, and they're going to reimburse me for that. So I'll just go out and buy and put these bags together, and they'll give me that money back. They didn't have to do that. I'm making enough money from it. There's already enough excitement, but this is just extra they're giving. Why? Well, the main reason is they want themselves to be a standout company. And, as I said before, this is helping people that have just joined. So someone might have just joined, but let's say someone just joined last week. They're going to get their fruit. They could have already had their fruit reimbursement. They could have got a couple of $100 from taking their friends out to dinner, and and now they can make up all these little bags to give to their friends and family. That's be another few $100s. All of this is something that people that have just joined get access to. Now, not even close have I ever seen a company that gives out so much to brand new people. Sure, there's companies that spruik about giving out huge rewards and that, but that's just to the upper echelon, the people that, have already made them a lot of money. This is YS giving the brand new people a vast amount of gifts and opportunities. And that's why it's going to be something really, really big in the next, I've only been involved 7 weeks, but, 2026 is going to be huge for YS because everybody that gets involved gets these awesome opportunities straight away. You don't have to prove yourself first. You just have to start and you get all of these opportunities. That's the big difference here. Anyway, guys, I hope that clears up a few things about how you can earn and why I think it's exciting. I'll talk to you all later. There's a lot more to it, but I can't go through everything at once. Merry Christmas, all.